Hi, I see people are finding me. We'll wait a few more seconds. I see Donna's here, and Joanne, and Patsy, and Kayla LePage. Welcome, welcome. I have 6:59 on my clock, so we'll wait one more minute. Hi, Joanne. Did you get your catalogs? I see you on. Hi, Cindy. Patsy, we could use some of your sun. Oh, you haven't gotten them yet? Okay. Well, give it another day or two. If you don't get it, let me know, because I mailed them out, I think, Thursday. Okay. It looks like we're going to get started. So if you'd like to place an online order before the end of the month, this is the host code if your order is less than $150. I know everybody here knows my name. It's Corinne Sandin. I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for quite a few years. I'm located here in Lewiston, Maine. So this is the host code. Anybody that spends $75 or more will get a free gift from me in the early part of February. We have 2 catalogs going on right now. Celebrations are almost halfway over. So for anything that you purchase for $50 before tax and shipping, you can select an item out of this catalog. Now, if you purchase something for $100, like the stamp set and the paper that I will be using tonight, you can select this bundle. So for every $50, you have the opportunity to get something free. I have a bunch of activities coming up. My first one will be in a few weeks. We still have some space left for Coats for Kids. I do this 3 or 4 times a year to help the Knights of Columbus purchase coats for kids. So it will be February 5th at St. Peter's Church in Lewiston. If you don't know where that is, you can Google it. The entrance into the room that we will be using is on Bartlett Street. We have a huge elevator, so it should be a pretty easy transport. And then I only have 2 more kits left of this paper share. Last week I had a sample to actually show you. But you get a quarter of a package of paper, you get some embellishments, you get some ribbon, you get a complete card sample, plus kits to complete 3 more additional cards. And then I just wanted to talk briefly about Paper Pumpkin. Some people are brand new to Stampin' Up! And they don't know where to start. I always tell people a Paper Pumpkin is the best place to start. Right now, you could try just a prepaid subscription if you would like, where you can purchase a prepaid one, which it says down here. So if you purchase the 3-month prepaid one, you will be eligible for one of those free celebrations from this catalog that I was talking about. If you purchase a 6 months, you can get the $100 one or 2 $50 ones. And then there's a 12-month. Now, Stampin' Up! Does guarantee the Paper Pumpkin. So if this, for some reason you do not like it, you can contact them and return it. However, I know some people find that can be a little bit challenging. I'm trying to see what's going on here. Okay. So I also offer my own personal return. You can return the kit to me, and I will give you equal value in Stampin' Up! Dollars where you can purchase something that you like. So I think that covers all of my housekeeping stuff. So how is everybody today? I hope you're all doing well. It was another cold day here in Maine. Slippery because we had gotten rain and it froze over, and oh man, it's like a skating ring out there. So let's get started on some fun projects. So like I said, I am using that $100 freebie, some paper, and this stamp set in both projects. The other project, I will be using another paper that is available. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. So this is a fun fold. So what do I mean by fun folds? It can be a different fold than your traditional card, which is what this one is. And it shows you the beauty of the paper on both sides. The paper that I used here is Pear Papaya and Fresh Fiesta. And I used a stamp set. I will try to get the measurements up by Friday. So basically, this is a quarter sheet. I know that, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This is your standard mat, which is 4 by 5 1/4. And then this little black piece is 4 1/4, I think by 3. Oh, 3 1/4. So that means this is 3 by 4. Then I have a strip of the beautiful Designer Series paper that is 3 by 12, and I scored it at 4 inches on one end. Then the other end, I'm going to fold it over. Bring it in so that I have a nice crispy fold like that. So this card is going to go together very, very quickly. So what I'm using for ink tonight is our Versamark pad. I don't have my annual catalog right here, so I can't tell you what page it is. But Versamark is used for embossing, resisting. I'm going to use it as a watermark kind of stamping on my background here. So I'm just inking up my stamp. This is a photopolymer, so make sure you're on a mat of some sort. I'm on a very thick grid paper mat, so I'm okay. And as this dries, it will become more evident. My light is very bright to help you, so I will bring it up a little closer in just a minute. And you don't have to wash this off your stamps if you use it. Think of it as olive oil for your stamps. It kind of moisturizes them at the same time as you're inking it up. So I'm just going around the outer parameters because I know I'm going to be covering the center. So what's new with people? Anybody got anything they'd like to share? Okay, so we've got this, and my black mat is right here. So you can barely see it, but by tomorrow it will be dry like this. Okay, so I am going to use my Stampin Seal. I have that right there. And then I want to mat this, and I made the top thicker just because it can be a little bit flimsy when you're using Designer Series paper. So that's why I had that one fold over. You could also leave it open and just do the edges if you wanted to use it as a gift card holder. Just trying to see. I know, that's such good news. Hi, Kathy. I'm glad you could join us. So this little white piece I'm going to put right inside so I can write my personal message. Okay, so now the piece that you have that's different and you've got your white piece on, you're going to put adhesive on the back of that. Now you can use your adhesive of choice. I'm going to center that so I have a nice black frame all the way around you. So you can see this is starting to darken up. So I want to make sure that this is going to open this way. You could put it this way if you want. It's your personal choice. There's no right or wrong. So let me stick that. So we have a nice frame around it of the pale papaya in the black. Here is my, this time I am going to use my Memento Black since I have that as a mat. You can choose whatever color you want. Oops, this is the wrong stamp. Let me get the birthday one. Grab a block. Okay, I need that stamp for the next project. I'm going to ink this up very well. Center this. Just let it sit there for a few seconds. Let the ink gravitate to my cardstock. There. Now I'm going to use my punch. I love this punch. Many of you have seen me use it. It's called the Banner Pick Punch. If you need the number, it's 153608. I always use my punches upside down and I put the print, the stamped image, so I can see it. I'm going to go back in one more time. Now I'm going to do the other side. You can see it. Try to get it as even as you can. I realize sometimes that's a little bit challenging. Let me bring my card sample back in. I need some Stampin' Dimensionals. Let me get some out of my drawer here. I'm going to move my light just a little bit. I changed my whole room around, so those of you that haven't been here, so my quarters are just a little bit tighter. I wanted to give people more room to work. When it comes to my in-person sessions, I only allow up to 3 people per class, so that we can stay separated by 3 to 4 feet each. Okay. So I'm going to center that right there. Then I'm going to grab my bucket of blings. For this sample, I did use the in color. This one, I thought I would use some pearls just because it's a little dressier. These were the in color blings. Grab my pickup tool. These are just your basic pearls. Dress this up. I'm going to put one right here. Thank you, Patsy. So you can see I made the same card, just different papers from the same package, and it creates a whole different feel to it. Remember to stamp your envelopes. We don't want any naked envelopes, or put designer series paper on it, whichever is your choice. All right, let's move on to card number 2, which is a very stepped up version. A really cool fold. Goes away. I'll set this aside for a minute. I'll bring them back in when we're all done. So my next card is a triple fold, accordion fold, and then another little shelf, like I call it. So when you stand it up, it's very, very pretty. And this paper is also in the Celebrations catalog. It is on page 4 right here. It corresponds with a stamp set that we have in the new mini catalog called Daffodil Daydreams. So that's what I used. Again, I used Papaya here, but over here I'm going to use, I'm drawing a blank, people. I think it's Granny Apple Green. Oh, my brain fog here. Some days, I'll tell you. Pear Pizzazz. I knew that wasn't right. Pear Pizzazz. So we have lots of pieces. I don't expect you to remember them. You can go to my blog tomorrow and my site. I did put a little piece on the envelope. I'm going to show you the pieces I'm using. This particular paper in the kit, you can make 6 cards very, very quickly. So then you need 4 pieces. So I just took corresponding, and then I used the back side. Then you need a little bit for your little fold here, and then inside I have a blank piece so I can write a personal message. So let me get my scoreboard out. I hear a little clanking, I'm sorry. All right. So I'm using the large Stampin' Up scoreboard. And this measures, so you have to take a regular piece of your 8.5 by 11 cardstock, cut it at 5.5, which is your and 11. Now let me get my paper with my cheat notes on it. Now you can always take a used dryer sheet and rub it. Sometimes it helps your scoring go a little bit better. Okay, so my first score line is 1 3/4. The next one is 3.5. 5 1/4, and 7. Just make sure. So let me double check this. Something doesn't look right to me. 1 3/4, 3.5. 3.5, 5 1/4, and then it says 7. Okay, let me do it. Oops. Now, those of you that might have old cutters and you can't buy the blades for them anymore, hang on to them because you can use them as a scoreboard. So we're going to do this accordion fold. So I gotta go the other way. There we go. Let me grab a bone folder. I just love to do different folds on cards and stuff. So I'm going to start from the back and work my way up. I am going to use my wet glue this time, just to give myself a few seconds to make any changes that I might need to make. All right. No worries if you're late. The teacher doesn't punish you. You can always catch the replay, or in a couple of days I will have it uploaded to YouTube if it's easier for you to find it. Okay, so I want all of these pretty flowers to show. So I'm going to put the flowered side up first. Just going to hold that there for a few seconds. Then I want the other, this pattern to show here. So you got to pay attention to your direction when you're cutting your papers. So I'm going to put the back side of this one right opposite. Let that sit just for a few seconds. Nope, it seems okay on my end, Diane. Usually that means it's something on your end, so try going out and coming back in. If you hit that you're attending my event when I invite you, you will get a pop-up in your notifications that you can just click on and it'll bring you right to me. All right. So that's that. So there. It takes you longer to cut all of these parts than it will. So this here was 5 by 2.5. So then we just scored it in half. I'm going to put a piece of this beautiful paper. I'm not frozen on my end, Diane. It's showing fine. Anybody else say I'm frozen? On and off. I don't know what to tell you because it seems okay here. I apologize, but I don't think there's anything I can do about it. Okay, so what you want to do with this piece right here, some people I'm fine and other people I'm not, so I'm not sure what the issue is, because I'm fine on my end here. So what you want to do is you want to attach this to this piece and this piece. My recommendation to you is to attach this front piece first. So I'm going to use my seal. It's fine in Lisbon, it's fine in New Jersey, it's fine in Litchfield. So as you can see, I only put it right here, because I want to center this. So that's probably the easiest. Center this little square on what you have. Then you're going to open this up, flip this all the way back. You're going to just put adhesive on the very edge right here. So this is the last panel. I'm going to fold this over and burnish it. Now I have my little, you might have to re-burnish it. Sometimes that happens. I got glue on my, so then I have this little piece, so I want to write a personal message, I can. So I'm going to attach these two. A little tip that I use so that I can get this in the right spot, as this is. You can see, I'm just going to lay that right over this. I'm going to use my Stampin Seal. I don't have to worry about liquid glue oozing out. Line these up because they're the exact same size. Bring this down. And there, we have it. I'm going to stamp my greeting. That's when I needed that one that I was using by mistake. Let me clean this. I really want to use green ink. Oops. I'm going to use Mossy Meadow, I think. Yeah, I think I will. It'll be a little darker. So I want to put my fishtail here. So I'm going to stamp this a little bit more to the left. Let that sit there just for a minute. There. Now I'm going to use my fishtail again. Being very careful, trying not to touch it just for a second or two. Make sure that it's dry. Alright, so right here. Now this is a little bit wider than my punch, but that's okay. I'll show you what I do. I'll try to get this in the center as much as I can. And then I'm going to take my snips, because this is a little bit wider. All right. So let me put that on. Since there's so many layers to this anyways, I'm going to put it on directly. Because it probably will take a little extra postage. So try not to go over the edge here. Let me bring back in all the cards. Which one do you guys like better? The Pear Pizzazz or the... Trying to get it to lay down a little flatter. The Pear Pizzazz or the Papaya. And then the other two cards are right here. So that's the pretty envelope. And here's the other two. This is the sample and this is the one I made for you. So next week it'll be a surprise. I'm not going to say what I'm making. I'm just going to surprise you. Green, yeah. Thank you, everybody. I'm so glad you guys liked it. Okay, everybody. You have an awesome week. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe and be well. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, hit the share button. I appreciate it. Bye-bye now.